It's thinking.
Oh, please. We're live.
We think.
We think. Yeah. Hi. Gosh, this is exciting. We weren't sure if we pushed the button whether or not it was going to work or not. So we're excited to be here for our very first podcast. This is so not a podcast, which
a Dances with Wool production.
A Dances with Wool production. So welcome and thank you for joining us on our inaugural podcast. I am Debbie Floyd. I am the owner here at Dances with Wool in Midlothian, Virginia.
And my name is Erin, and I'm the store manager, and we are located in Central Virginia, just south of the city of Richmond.
Yeah, and if you are fairly local, we'd love to be your local yarn store.
And if you're not local, we'd still love to be your local yarn store.
Yes. We could just do it a different way. So our story a little bit, and today, because it is the first one, and we hope to build an audience on here, and so some of that audience may be going back to watch our inaugural podcast. So our little story here is we've been open since 2016. I am a retired librarian, middle school librarian, and I literally retired in July of 2015, I left in 2016, and we opened the store in October. So I was in here working on the store a month after
she retired.
retired. But this is what I've wanted to do for so long, is to have a space to create a community for fiber enthusiasts. So I was so excited to start, and I tell you, the enthusiasm hasn't waned a bit. I'm so excited to be here. I feel like we're continuing to grow and continuing to get better. And, so this is just one of those steps in trying to get, our brand out there and, to just improve on what we already, I feel, are, which is just a great group of people and a great community. So we are that local yarn store, and we are, small local yarn store. We are, since COVID, have been working with e-commerce on our e-commerce store. So, if you're not local to us, but still want us to be your yarn store, we would love to be. It is our commitment to you, and it will always be our commitment to you to offer you only the best quality yarns. We do have commercial yarns, but we also, as you can see behind us, we have a huge selection. Probably the majority of our store is indie hand dye. But we offer all that support that you need as well here. And we're supportive, we're inclusive, and we just love our customers. So when you are working with us, whether it be writing us an email or buying with us online or coming in the store or taking a class with us, you're always going to find the staff to be extremely welcoming when you come in. We are, I feel like from the beginning, it was important to us to offer just exceptional service to you, to anyone, in a supportive environment. So whether or not you're just starting a project, whether you're having problems with the project, whether you just need ideas, maybe you've just been out of knitting and crocheting for a very, very long time and want to get started again, we can help you with that. And we are, that we love to do that. We're very supportive here, and we don't mind, even if it's something you didn't buy from us, we don't care. Come
we
in.
Can't carry everything.
No, but our relationships that we have with our customers, it's very important to us. So we want to be your local yarn store. So anyway, how this came to be.
Okay, so we've been doing, as we all know, we've been having quite a year. Everybody has. And one of the things we've all learned how to do is, as Ross would say from Friends, pivot. We've all learned how to do it. So part of how we were pivoting when we were closed for the majority of March, April, and even May, to in-person shopping, was that we started doing these little segments on Facebook Live. We'll call them Inspire Me, and we'll just go live and we'll be like, here's this project and we think it's really neat, or here's this new yarn that showed up and we think you could do this or that with it. And so it was just a fun way to sort of connect with people, even though we weren't able to do so actually in person. So we did that. And after a while, we were talking about, it's just one of those things that we can only go live for so long. We can only, show just these 10, 15-minute segments. And wouldn't it be nice, Debbie was saying, wouldn't it be nice if we could go longer, talk about more things? And I said, yes, I think we should start a podcast. And Debbie said, no, not a podcast. No. We'll just do a little bit of a longer video, and we'll talk about, we could talk about things we've finished ourselves or what we're going to cast on next. And I said, Debbie, that's a podcast. No, not a podcast. Just a little bit of a longer bit. And so I was telling my 14-year-old daughter the story one evening about how I was trying to convince Debbie to start a podcast, and she wouldn't. And my daughter said, well, why don't you just call it This Is Not a Podcast? Maybe that would make her feel better. And then she would do it.
Yeah.
So
that's how we're here. But this is so not a podcast. It's really out of my comfort zone. And I've said that before, but it really is. This is not something, running a shop. I feel like I'm good at that. I'm not good at being in front of a camera. So, and I just want to do a shout out to when you come into the store or deal with us online or anything, I said we're really supportive here, but I do want to give a shout out to our cast or a cast of staff here. We just, when I started this, I felt so ill-equipped I was actually more scared of people coming through the door that had these really, really, really advanced questions that I couldn't answer, because I was a knitter and I loved knitting and, I'd been doing it a while and I felt confident in what skills I had, but I knew I did not have all the skills I needed. So lesson number 1 was to surround myself with just great people who are very experienced and who know the craft. And so Erin, if you come in or if you have a problem or want to talk it through on the phone, she's your gal. She can see it. She can work. She's awesome. And so our whole staff is like that though. So I feel like you get kind of, between all of us collectively, you get a good group of experienced people who can help you out. So anyway, I just wanted to pop in and say that because I can't do it without the staff. They're just amazing. All righty. So
real quick, just as we always do on our Inspire Me's, before we get started with our content, we just want to remind everybody how you can shop with us, even in the middle of this wonderful year that we're having. So we are open for in-person shopping. Our normal hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Per Virginia state mandate, you do have to have a mask on when you come in here, but grab your mask. You don't need an appointment. Just come on in. We've got plenty of hand sanitizer so that you feel free to squish whatever you want. We can have up to 10 people in the shop at a time. That does include staff. It's generally not something we run into too often, but if for some reason you happen to show up like on a Saturday morning and it's kind of busy, you may find we ask you to wait outside for just a few minutes. We just want to make sure we give everybody plenty of space while they're in the shop.
And I don't feel like that's happened, but like 3 or 4 times.
It really hasn't happened outside of the crawl or our birthday week, unless there's some kind of an event going on. Generally speaking, it's not something you're going to run into. We do have a website. It's danceswithwoolrva.com. And normally you can shop online. We do have a e-commerce site and you can shop online. Most of what's in the store is available online. Right now, if you are watching us live or if you are watching us on Monday, November 2nd or Tuesday, November 3rd, and you try to go to our website, it's going to tell you that you can't shop online because we are in the middle of transferring over to a new point of sale system and a new e-commerce site. So that will debut, fingers crossed, on Wednesday, November 4th.
So far, we have no reason to think that it's not going to go smoothly, but there's always something. So we will, we're keeping.
We've all learned in this that things just you never know what's going to happen. So
I know. And can you believe we're starting this the week we're going live?
That's
on with our new web. So it's all
new. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So you can shop from your couch in your PJs. We do offer $7 flat rate shipping if you're not local to us. If you are local, you do have the option of shopping online, and you can set yourself up for either an in-store or even a curbside pickup, where you just give us a call when you pull up, we run out and drop it in your car. If you are local and you would like to come shop in person, but you have to be careful about your exposure levels, we do offer most days a week 2 private in-person shopping appointments in the mornings before we open. So it would just be you and a staff member, so that you can come in and see everything, but that way you don't have to worry about, oh, if I get there and there's a bunch of people. You can book those appointments on our website. You can also book a virtual shopping appointment. So if you are not local, or if you really are trying to not go out too terribly much at all, you can schedule a virtual shopping appointment. We do those via Zoom. They've been very successful.
Mhm.
You don't have to have an app or anything installed. After you schedule the appointment, you'll get an email, it has a link, and at your appointment time, you just click it. It'll take you straight into the Zoom conference room. You can see us. We can see you. It's great because we can pull down colors from the shelves or the walls and put them together for you. Or if you need help calculating yardage, for a sweater pattern or something, we can do all that for you.
Yeah.
So that's been very successful as well. And we're more than happy to do that. You can find all that information on our website.
Yep. So our handles, as you probably know, most of our handles are consistent across our social media channels, and they are all Dances with Wool RVA.
Yep. So we're on
everything.
Instagram, Facebook. You, of course, are watching us here on YouTube. Go ahead. We'd love for you to hit subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And we do have an email newsletter that goes out once a week on Monday afternoons, generally speaking. I think it already went out for today.
It did, because today
but we have the podcast today, so we want people to know.
It was scheduled to go out this morning at 6:00.
So we do that. It's just one day a week. We don't spam you, but it is one of the best ways to keep up with what's happening in the shop. And you can sign up for our newsletter on our website.
And what is going to be so cool about that is that you can actually, with our new website, when it goes live this week, you can set up an account on our e-commerce site that will also be, subscribing. You get the newsletter from that. But the nice thing is we don't inundate you with a lot of emails. However, with our new system, we're going to have that capability to shoot out a coupon that's good in the store for the week, that has a discounted coupon. You'll get coupons for your birthday. You'll get coupons, or a flash sale event coming up. So we're excited about the marketing opportunities we have to do with that, because we can offer more to you, and in the way of savings, and just to help you with your yarn and accessory needs here. So we're excited about that. So it's going to change just a little bit when we get that e-commerce site going this week, because you will be hearing from us a little bit more, but in a good way.
Yeah. We're still not going to spam you.
No, we're not going to spam you. I wouldn't know how to do that anyway.
Unless we accidentally hit the button multiple times.
Yeah, which, no, we won't do that. So in addition to our e-commerce side, though, take a look at the classes that we're offering right now virtually. They are not as plentiful as they were pre-COVID. However, our teachers have worked really hard to produce some classes that they feel like they can successfully teach through cameras. And so we've even had pretty much, Pam has said great success with even the beginning knitting, because what we've been able to do is she teaches the classes online. She and Uta both have been teaching during COVID, and they've been doing the classes online. But if something happens and they can't fix it through the camera, they can either schedule a follow-up event virtually, or they'll meet you here at the shop and take it and fix your mistake and hand it back to you, or one of us can do that as well. So we feel, though, we've got a good handle on what translates over to our virtual classroom pretty well. So look at that, and think about, our prices are good on those classes. So think about taking a class with us.
And new ones should be going up.
Well, we're kind of, rather than putting them all up at the same time, we've been kind of dispersing. We've got like a sweater class every quarter, a shawl class. I think we've got mosaic coming up, a cowl. and so yeah, we've been adding some when we feel like our customers have asked, can you do this virtually? And we've been trying to accommodate.
So the newsletter, again, is a great way to keep track, because we typically we do put them out on social media and things, but we do typically announce new classes in the newsletter.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to keep tabs on what's happening.
Yeah, so now we're going to move on to the good stuff. I feel
it's time for actual knitting content.
And hopefully inspiration for you. As we've said all along, we know you've got great yarn at your house, probably a room of yarn at your house if you're like us.
Lucky.
And so hopefully some of the inspiration we'll give you today will make you look at that stash a little bit and maybe plan to do something with some of the things we're going to show you today. So the first thing we're going to start with is just what we have finished recently. I am wearing Maryanna, and I love this. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to stand up and show you. This is one of those sweaters that I did. It's top down. It's got a very folksy design here.
Oh, it's backwards. We didn't invert the camera.
Oh, no, that's okay. You can see
Sorry.
the picture, and that's what's important. It's a very folksy motif at the top. It is top down. It's easy. You don't have a whole lot of floats that you're carrying here. They're very easy. Not many stitches. You're having to carry floats. The one thing I love about this sweater, when you make one of those sweaters that you look at it and you go, this will be my template for any other sweater I do as far as the size, as far as the ease. I did this with 10 inches of ease, which I thought at the time when I did it, I thought, oh, that's going to be right on that edge of being too much, but I absolutely love it. I don't feel it's too much. I feel it's a great sweater. It's enough of ease here that I can wear something under it and still have plenty of room. I kind of carried the motif a little bit on the sleeve. And I can't say enough about this. I have decided I just really, really love those motifs that go down just a little bit more, almost, to the breast. So, I've decided I just really like these sweaters. This sweater is designed by a local designer, Heidi Reszies from Richmond. She goes under FolkCity on her Instagram handle, but the O in the folk is actually a 0. So it's FolkCity, and she is in Ravelry, also under FolkCity, and she has some really great colorwork designs on her sweater. She's got another one that I'm going to really want to think about casting on in the not too distant future, just because I really love how this fits me, and it's perfect. I just really, really love that. Heidi's someone we were going to have in the store here in September because she's dyeing yarn now too. She was going to do a sample show with us and bring her samples, and we would have, of course, the yarn to do her samples. But COVID got in the way of that. Hopefully, she and I have been communicating, and hopefully we're going to have her in the store sometime next year. But she is local here to Richmond, and I couldn't be more thrilled to have found a local designer. And
what yarn did you use?
Okay, I used Berroco DK. First time I've ever used it for a sweater.
Ultra wool.
It is ultra wool DK. It is 100%. It's a super wash, but it is, I don't know. It's 100% wool, so it's not merino. And it is not. It feels more rustic than a merino would, but it is not scratchy at all. Mm-hmm. And you can put it in cold water, and I actually blocked it in the sink and then added it to my washing machine, put it on spin, and laid it out flat to dry, and it just came out beautifully.
Really nice for color work.
It is, and I know I was really pleased with the ultra wool for color work. So I'll do it again. Nikki's doing hers with a pink yoke and more of a darker gray body, and hers is absolutely gorgeous too. I can't wait for you to see pictures of that. But we really, I'm just in love with the sweater. I can't say enough great things about the sweater, but check Heidi out. Heidi is on Ravelry at FolkCity Yarns. Yep.
Awesome.
So What did you finish
What
with?
am I wearing? So I am wearing my first sweater that incorporates mohair. This is the Zoetic pullover by Tiff Neilan. So that's Tiff there. And I'm going to stand up also carefully because I'm sitting on a pillow because I'm short. She went shorter than Debbie. So this is a great kind of oversized sweatshirty kind of, I think it's got about 10 inches of positive ease as well. But what's neat about this is that you hold the mohair along with a DK. That's what it's done with on big needles, guys, 10.5 needles. You got to love it. So you hold the mohair with the DK for the body and most of the sleeve until you get to about the elbow. Then you stop holding the mohair and just knit with your DK yarn by itself. And it's got these kind of blousy sweatshirt sleeves, but that causes the color transition. So you can see the point at which I stopped holding the mohair. And then it's got these long herringbone stitch cuffs, which I really, really love. Herringbone stitch in the round is not difficult, and Tiff's got a great video linked in her pattern to show you exactly how to do it. So I love this sweater. Not to catch my chair on the rug as I sit back down. So I love this sweater. It's so soft. So I used Machette Shoppe Dirty DK for my DK yarn. And then I used our Biches Silken Mohair, which Biches is a French company. We have their lamb's wool, petite lamb's wool, and this is the Silken Mohair lace weight. So again, it's DK weight yarn held together with the mohair for the body and half of the sleeve, and then just the DK by itself. 10.5 needles. This thing knit up in like a week and a half.
Yeah, she had it done quickly.
It was really, really fast. Absolutely love this sweater. It does. It feels like a sweatshirt that I made. So I love it. And I think it's a great way to play around with, because you can also, the pattern is written that you do have the option to hold 2 fingering weight yarns, different colors, and mohair together to get the same gauge. So it gives you a lot of possibilities in terms of going stash diving and putting different marls and things together. So it's a lot of fun. It's a really, really nicely written pattern. Tiff was somebody that I just discovered on Instagram, and I loved this pattern so much that when she had a new sock pattern come out called the Autumn Garden Socks, and I'm sorry we didn't invert the camera, we'll do it next time, but Autumn Garden Socks, I thought, ooh, I liked this sweater so much, I want to try doing these. And I know I've got 2 different socks. I promise I have 2 pairs.
I wouldn't, but
I just wanted
if it were me, no, we'd
to
have
show you 2
one.
different. So this pattern's really cool because it's 3 strands of fingering weight that you hold together and you knit them from the top cuff down. They're boot socks. So this is like a worsted weight, almost this chunky weight boot sock. You knit these on like size 5 needles. So again, these end up really fast, but it gives you a lot of fun ways to color play, how you want to fade your colors together, how kind of a color story you can put together. So this was the first pair I did. I did these right according to the pattern. And then for my second pair, I decided to make the leg a little bit longer, and I changed up how I faded the colors down. So it's a lot of fun. These again were something, and see, I really do have, I promise I'll show you.
Yeah,
I really do have 2
she
pairs.
does. She wasn't lying.
But again, these knit up really, really super fast. So if you are looking for like a Christmas gift to make somebody, these would be really great because there's great like slipper socks or boot socks. They knit up really fast. And you can just go into your leftovers, your fingering weight leftovers, and pull colors and put different colors together. You could just do 3 of the same, just pick 3 colors, do the whole thing in 3 colors held together. You can choose to kind of fade colors in and out if you want to do that. She gives you directions in the pattern and how to do that. But these are so much fun.
Yeah, I would love them as boot socks.
Yeah.
Or as bed socks.
Bed socks. Autumn garden socks.
That's awesome.
So you could even do them with like 2 strands of fingering and a strand of mohair, and then they'd be really soft and warm.
Those look like they go really quickly, too.
Yes, they go super fast. Great Christmas gift idea. So, and then because I got on a sock kick, I also finished, this is called Fallanden Forest by Charlotte Stone. She's Stone Knits on Instagram. This is a fairly new pattern that I thought was really cute, but because it was Halloween, I decided I needed them in a spooky, haunted forest.
She had these on Instagram and I fell in love with them. Yeah.
So this is a really fun pattern. Again, I was talking to somebody who was looking at them. She's like, you could do them as a fall. You could do a fall background, do your trees in fall colors. You could do them as Christmas socks. You could do them
they'd be
like little pretty evergreen trees. So there's lots of possibilities. These are another top cuff down. They've got this really nice lace pattern on the foot. Really simple to do, very memorizable. So I had fun. The top color, the cuff is leftovers from my stash. And then this is our Rich Hill Yarns, which is a yarn line that's exclusively dyed for us. All of the colors are named after landmarks around the city. And this is the Altria Theater, this purple.
When you look up at the ceiling.
Yeah. Yep. So I went on a sock kick after I finished my lightning fast sweater.
Yeah. Also pretty.
Yeah. So what are you working on now, Debbie?
Well, I am working on another sweater. A couple of years ago, or for the last 2 years, I guess, I had bought the sweaters for the Julie Hoover Sweater Club. This is the sweater Harden. And I just want you to see the detail. I just fell in love with it. The rib detail going up the shoulders. It starts down at the you can see it there. It starts down at the hem and goes up the side on both ends. It's a pieced garment, so it's not top down or anything. So they have you work on the back. The back's a little bit lower than the front. I have only gotten this far.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But see the stitch definition right there? That it's just going to be rib. So pretty with the rib. It is done every year that she does the sweater club. She chooses the yarn for the sweater club, and then you just choose your color. And for this one, it's Purl Soho's Understory. Y'all, this is 50% alpaca, 25% yak, and 25% silk.
I mean, what's not to love?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it is wonderful to knit up. It's a beautiful yarn. It's got great structure, great stitch definition. I'm totally in love with it. So this will be on the needles for a while because I'm not that fast, and I'm going to be picking up a couple of more things just to work in the interim. But this is Harden by Julie Hoover.
You're going to get so much wear out of that.
Oh, I know. And this is available on Ravelry right now. She keeps the sweaters exclusive to the Sweater Club for a year. But this one is now live on Ravelry. And I know we're talking about a lot of patterns today. We will go back after the live and
everything will be linked.
We'll add everything
in the description box. You can find under the video. So we'll be sure and put the patterns in there that we are working with, as well as the yarns that we worked with. We'll let you know that too. But it's fun. It's easy. It's Netflix knitting, but it is going to be a pieced garment. So I will block all these pieces when I have them done, and then it'll be pieced. Seam them all together.
So hopefully not. I'm hoping by Christmas I'll have it done.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's going fairly quickly. Yeah, you think, a lot of people say, oh, don't you love owning a yarn shop? You get to knit all day. No, I knit less now than I did, so it doesn't all get done quickly.
Just a few things to do.
Just a few details.
Well, I am still on socks because that's what tends to happen to me once I get started. But what I'm working on right now is I am turning a sock tube into actually 2 pairs of socks. So if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook or anything, you probably have seen us talk about Clayville Fiber Arts. One of our customers, Barbara Drake, has a sock machine cranking service. So what she does is she cranks tubes, takes your sock yarn, cranks it into a big long tube, And then you can cut in toes, heels, and cuffs into your tube. And so you get almost instant gratification socks because the long, boring part is done for you. So when I got this tube cranked, this is Valkyrie Fiber Arts self-striping sock yarn. My daughter saw this and said, oh, can I have some too? And it was a large skein. So I'm like, yes, I have enough. So the first thing I did was divide the tube in half. So this will be my pair of socks. This is hers I'm doing first. Because I've learned if I don't do hers first, then I'll hear about it. When are my socks coming? So this is the other half of the tube. So I've got a toe on one end. I decided to use black as my contrast. And what I have done now is I have picked up my stitches and opened up my gap. And so my heel is going to go here. Once I finish the heel, then this is the halfway point. So I've got these little stitch markers here. This is the halfway point of the tube. So I will come in and cut and separate there and then put my cuff.
And just a note about these, because I did the same thing. I had some tubes cranked in, I picked up. I tried to pick up with a smaller needle. You almost need, because these stitches are so tiny. I find I switched over to a, for magic loop, a longer needle. And I'm finding that it goes so much better with a longer cable. Yeah. Really.
Oh yeah, it's much easier.
If you've ever wanted to learn to do socks or magic loop or anything like that, really, this is a good way to learn because it's making me practice using magic loop more, and I actually think it's better when you're cutting in heels for those afterthought heels.
Magic
loop is better. It is.
Now we're getting into personal preferences here. I'll stop talking.
No.
So if you would be interested in having some sock tubes cranked, especially with Christmas coming, if you're thinking, gosh, hand knit socks would be nice to give out as Christmas gifts, but I don't want to spend weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks knitting them, stop by and see us, or check out, we'll link to Barbara down below in the description box. Check out Clayville Fiber Arts, and we can talk about having some sock tubes cranked for you. You can drop off yarn at the shop, or you can mail it straight to Barb. She's very fast. She gets it done. And
about a week.
Includes directions on how to do it. And we are also offering once a month a class. Uta teaches a class on literally exactly that, how to take a sock tube and turn it into a pair of socks, how to measure and all that good stuff.
So between the links that Barbara gives you, all of the tutorials that she links and her instructions, and I took the class with Uta and I found it extremely helpful because she went into a lot of detail about, the measuring of your foot and why you do it this way and how, little tips and tricks with that. And I can't wait to do it. Maybe that'll be my FO next time.
Yeah. So I've been doing it that way for years, and I really enjoy it. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah. So all of this, we've told you what we are working on. We've told you what we finished. Now what we're going to be working on next, because we always have the next project.
You have to have the next thing queued up.
Yeah.
Or 3 things queued up.
Well, I am, let's just say, taking the plunge. I have admired Knit Collage's yarn for a long time, and we even had it in the shop for a while. However, it's a hard sell with some people because it's one of those thick and thin yarns. It's 100% wool. So it is hand spun. So the price point's up there. But I have always wanted a Knit Collage sweater. And so I joined their knit along this year. And this is the first of 2 that I'm doing. This is so out of my ballpark. It is just not anything I would have picked for myself. This is the Power Cardi.
Yes.
And this is...
It's going to be so cute, Debbie.
It is done on big needles, which I don't know. It's in Tarja.
It's going to be great.
So I ordered a kit. And the kit, the main sweater, is going to be done in her spun cloud, which is 100% wool. This is the spun cloud. This is my main color.
This cracks me up. I love this so much.
Yeah. So that's my main color. If it's not coming across very well, it's looking almost like a brown, and it's kind of it's more
very
of a
taupey.
It's a taupe, yeah,
Mhm.
more of a gray taupe to
Do you
it.
want me to hold it while you?
Yeah.
So this is the main color.
This is my flower.
Look at that.
And so this will be that where you see the pale pink there,
Mhm.
that'll be this.
Yeah.
And then they tell you, and I'm really impressed with this. They've got video tutorials every week. They put out a clue. They have a lesson
Mhm.
where they're actually teaching you. If it's the first time you've done intarsia, they're walking you through it. And then they send out this little bundle. Now the bundle has daisy chain in it, which is this great yarn that's got little
flowers.
flowers in it. I don't know if you can see it, but they're just woven in. Anyway, this is daisy chain. Then they've got more spun cloud. They've got Dreamland, Wildflower, and this. Let me show you this right here. I don't want to take the bundle out yet. This is just strips of fabric.
Yes.
That'll be knitted in.
Yeah.
Now, these are all going to be used in the Cardi, but you can decide. I mean, I've got the two main colors here, but the placement of these, they give you suggestions because some of this has that little metallic running in through it. And, you've got your daisy chains. You've got, this one is the Dreamland yarn, which is got
sequins.
See, this is not me, but it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to wear it with pride.
Yes.
But it's done on 17s and 15s. So hopefully it won't take me too long to do. And I'm going to get going with this fairly soon. But yeah, so anyway, I took the plunge, joined their sweater knit along this year, and I am working on that. I also bought another one for the Kaleidoscope Party. Hopefully I will be able to show you that soon as well. But this is going to be so much fun. The Flower Power Cardi.
It's going to be awesome.
And it's by Cheryl Kubat with Knit Collage.
So it's going to be so much fun.
It will be fun, right? Knitting should be fun.
Yes, knitting is, and it is fun.
Yes.
It is fun.
And it should.
And it should be.
All right.
So I normally am more of a sweater knitter. I got on socks because I go on runs, but I did decide, okay, I need to, since I got this sweater done, it's time to get ready for my next one. So my next sweater is going to be Ursina by Jacqueline, how do you pronounce her name? Cieslak? I think it's Cieslak. So this is fun. This is a cropped lawn sleeve sweater. The pattern is actually written for 2 different gauges. You can do it in sport weight or worsted weight. This is a great, great pattern. There is so much information jam-packed into this pattern, how to get a sweater to fit you really nicely, how to do bust starts, which I've never done before, but probably should be something that I should be doing in sweaters to help them fit nicely. So I'm going to do them in this sweater. But Jacqueline's a fabulous teacher. She actually lives in Charlottesville and teaches at Fine Fibers. So this is going to be so much fun. I've really wanted to do one of her patterns for a while. And so I'm excited to do this. Now, I swatched.
What did you say?
I swatched. Say it louder.
Ongoing talking.
It's an ongoing, I maintain this. Okay. You don't have to swatch for a garment or anything. You don't have to. There are no knitting police. Nobody is going to take your needles away and break them in half and tell them that you did it wrong. However, if you want to save yourself some frustration, some tears, potentially even, swatching is the best way to kind of help set yourself up for success. You think of it that way. I know a lot of people talk about they don't want to waste yarn. They don't want to waste time. And I get that. I really, truly do. But I am a huge, if you come into the shop, if you know us at all, I am the swatch evangelist. Please swatch for projects.
And I'm the one who'll tell you, if you don't want to swatch, don't swatch. But no, you should swatch. I do know.
So we're going to talk about why, because this is a good thing. So first of all, my swatch has got these fun fringy things hanging off the side of it. So this is a sport weight and a fingering weight mohair held together. I bought this yarn in Paris back in February when I went before the world slid off the rails. But anyway, so I thought, I'm going to hold this together because I can get a worsted weight gauge. And I did. I got gauge, absolutely. I've got these fringy bits hanging off the end because I swatched in the round flat. So what I did was I cast on stitches and I started knitting. I did it on a circular. And so every time I finished a row, I slid my work back to the other end, the other needle tip, and very carefully, kind of loosely carried my yarn across the back and knit another row. So I knit every single row. And then when I was done, I cut down the back. That's why I had these fringy things, so I could actually lay it flat and block it. The reason I did that is because this sweater is knit in the round. If I knit a swatch flat, knit one side, purl the other, because it's stockinette stitch fabric, I am not going to get as accurate of information and gauge because this sweater's not knit flat. So if the sweater's not knit flat, knitting a flat swatch is not going to tell you what you need to know in terms of gauge. So that's kind of how I fake swatching in the round. Now I got gauge with size 8 needles, which is the top half of my swatch. But looking at this swatch, I thought to myself, you know, I like it. I like the marbled fabric. I think it's fun, but I think not for this sweater because it's got this beautiful half, I don't know if you can tell in the pictures, a little light, this beautiful half fisherman's rib detail across here. And you're not going to really be able to see it.
Yeah.
With this. So I have decided this is what swatching told me. Swatching told me I can get gauge just fine with this sweater, but I'm not going to be happy with it. Before I cast on a single stitch, I decided I have to switch yarn. So I'm going to switch yarn and swatch again and see if I like it better. But that's my next. Ursina is going to be my next sweater that I'm casting on. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And so what are you going to use this as?
What am I going to do? So let's talk about something new that's come up in the shop this week. So this is Germantown by Kelbourne Woolens.
Yeah, we like this yarn a lot.
We love this yarn. So we were introduced to this yarn in the year of hats and year of gift kits that Kelbourne puts together. Oh yeah, look at the red. Can you grab it?
Yeah, I'll grab the red and the
yeah. So we were introduced to that and we really, really liked it. And we decided to go ahead and bring it in for this winter. So Germantown is 100% North American raised wool. Again, not merino.
Non-superwash.
But it is 100% wool. It is a non-superwash wool, as Debbie said. So that means it will felt. So if you want to make something felted, this is great. Otherwise, you just need to make sure that you hand wash whatever you make from this. Do not put it in your washing machine unless you want it to felt.
Would not recommend it for children. Yeah.
Probably not the best for children, but for adult accessories and sweaters. And so this is actually what I'm going to swatch with because it's got a really, really great texture. And I think it's going to have really, really beautiful stitch definition. I'm thinking about maybe this.
Which with what?
No, just this, because it's just one color. So maybe the gray, or I really kind of like this dusty pink.
Oh, that's
I've
pretty
been into this color lately.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of great options. So that's what I am going to be swatching with is the Germantown. This is brand new. It came in last week. We did not put it on the website or out on the shelf yet because we were in the process of moving things over. So when everything goes live on Wednesday, this should be available for you to purchase.
Nice yarn.
Nice yarn. 220 yards per 100 gram skein. Worsted weight.
And so it's great for, like Erin was saying, your accessories, hats. Warm hat.
Yes,
because
mittens.
You've got 100% wool.
Yeah.
Just very nice warm hat. And great color work.
Yes.
This would be a great one for color work.
Absolutely, because that non-superwash gives it a little bit of stickiness, which makes it really nice for color work.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to be doing.
So we've got.
Do you want to talk about other new yarn, or you want to talk about samples first?
No, let's talk about this.
This box got delivered right before we went live, and we were so excited. Yeah. So this is Neighborhood Fiber Company rustic bulky yarn. It's actually closer to a super bulky hand dyed single ply. 90 yards per 100 grams. Look at these colors. We're so excited. So we've been trying desperately to get some super bulky in the shop because it's getting to be colder, but supply chain issues have become a thing. I'm sure you probably have noticed it's a universal. And it's just universal everywhere.
It's-
Dyers can't get yarn to dye. It's so we're just, we're pivoting. We're pivot. Ross is telling us to pivot, and we're going to move that couch until we get it up that stairwell. Okay.
Yeah.
So
some things just aren't coming in.
Exactly. So we are so excited. We are a flagship store for Neighborhood Fiber Company. We've never had the rustic bulky before. This is amazing, and we're definitely going to have it now.
We were just gushing when it came out.
Look at this one, you guys.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Isn't that beautiful?
It's Sandy Point.
I absolutely love that. So we were really excited. So this is another new yarn. We weren't going to show you this, and then the box showed up, and Debbie was like, "Well,
yeah,
we're going to show this today.
This is going to be on the new website as well."
Yes, so that's very exciting.
We're excited about that.
And then we wanted to talk about samples.
Yeah, so we do have some new samples in the store. We don't know if we've had some calls on it. So I feel like if you're on Blue Sky's mailing list or anything with Blue Sky Fibers, that you have heard that they put out these new bundles this year, which we would love to show you right now, but we have no more in stock. We ran through our first
order of the bundles. They're Woolstok little bundles. If you've done the 21 color hat kit, same concept. They're little teeny tiny bundles, different colors, but they've got some great, as always, Blue Sky has wonderful pattern support for all their yarns. So Debbie, that is the Alpine hat.
Now,
Alpine hat.
These little bundles, they come in, you'll get the bundle and you have, I think it's 7 colors in the bundle. And there's, it's 21,
so 3 of each.
3 of each color.
Little baby skeins.
Yeah, and so multitude of projects you could do with them, but it is worsted weight, and they did, like Erin said, they have this hat. You can get, all right, we talked about 20.
So the pattern is written for you to use by the holiday bundle, and then Woolstok comes in 50 gram skeins.
50 gram or 150.
Or 150 gram skeins. So the pattern tells you to buy 150 gram skein of Woolstok in your main color, and then pair it with 6 of the holiday bundle colors. But I can't remember which yarn store it was, but somebody did the math. And if you buy a 150 gram skein,
which is $24
of Woolstok for your main color, and then one of the holiday bundle kits, you can actually get 3
hats
of these Alpine hats. So talk about fabulous gifting. And this is a free pattern. The Alpine hat's a free pattern, which we can absolutely download and print for you when you come in.
This is 100% Highland wool.
Yes.
Non-superwash
again.
Which is going to make the warmest hat you have ever put on your head. So again, it's already making my hands hot. But really, it'll cover your ears and keep your ears really nice and toasty warm. So this is one of those that would be great for holiday knitting. You've just got your basic beanie
with just some nice stripes. And so the bundles come in 2 different colorways. There's this one, which
holiday
has
cheer.
White and red and green and a little bit of gray, that kind of color motif.
And holiday frost.
And then there's these that have pale blue and gray and white and taupe. It's called Holiday Frost. And this is the Chilton cowl. Yep. So this is not a free pattern. It is a paid pattern, but it is available on Ravelry. And this, once again, is absolutely lovely. This has you purchase, Is it 2? So you can either buy, so this tries to get you 2 hanks of the Woolstok, the main color. And you can do this with one of the holiday bundles, or the suggestion that our sample knitter has, once again, buy a 150 gram skein of your main color and the holiday bundle. And not only can you do the Chilton cowl, but she had plenty left over to do a hat as well. So you can do a matching set.
Can definitely do one hat.
One hat with the leftovers, with the little leftover bits that you have from doing the cowl.
Which is a nice gift set for someone special.
Once again. And we've got it done with this, where this is the holiday bundle, and then this main color is October Sky, I believe. It's a really dark blue, navy blue.
Right.
And then she also did another version, if you can tell the difference. This one's got a gray, a medium gray as the background color. So you can see a little bit, I don't know if you can tell the differential. It's much more pronounced in person.
Yeah. So one's blue, one is the
One's
gray.
blue,
Same mini skein pack.
Same bundle, Woolstok bundle.
Mhm.
So those are fun. We have more coming. They've been shipped. We should have them in this week.
Yep.
Because you guys cleaned us out.
And when we
of the first go,
I about panicked because when I went to reorder them because they ran out of here so fast. I went to reorder. And it showed on their website is nothing in stock, nothing in stock, nothing in stock. So I wrote them and they're like, we're getting it. We're getting it.
I know. I think it took a little bit. Everybody took a little bit aback, a little bit by surprise how popular.
Yeah, this reminds me of the 21 color hat we had a couple of years ago, and we couldn't keep that in stock. Every time we got more, they flew out.
That once again went back out. Did we get more 21 color hats?
We did.
So that's coming as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always very popular. And Blue Sky, like I said, is lovely to work with. Woolstok is wonderful. I have a Woolstok sweater I love.
Yeah.
And their pattern support is fabulous.
But really, really nice ideas for Christmas accessories this year. Great idea.
One more thing to talk about.
Okay.
One more thing to talk about. So we have gnome kits. So I don't know if you are familiar with Sarah Shira of Imagine Landscapes. That's it. Imagine Landscapes. She makes these fun little patterns, these fun little gnomes. And she has a whole bunch of different ones available on Ravelry and on her website. But these little fun gnomes, I think she started doing them a couple years ago. And she's done some mystery knit-alongs with the gnomes. The gnomes are all adorable. They have names. They have backstories. But this year, for the holidays, for December, she is going to do an adventure gnome. So it is an advent knit-along to make, it's a mystery knit-along to make a gnome.
Yeah, and our kits are from Ancient Art Fibers, and like this is Winter Wonderland. That one is
this one is called Christmas
Wonderland
Surprise.
Christmas Surprise, and this one is Frosty the Gnome Man.
Yeah. So these are adorable little. They're 4 20-gram minis. So the pattern is available for purchase right now on Ravelry or on Sarah's website. And the way it's going to work is you buy the pattern now. You get a little pre-pattern info sheet where it just talks through what you need to make the little gnome, your supplies and things. And the way it's going to work is every day from December 1st to December 24th, you are either going to get an email if you get it through Sarah's website, or if you get Ravelry, it's a PM, a message through Ravelry. But you're going to get a little message each day, little email. 12 of the 24 days will be a clue to knit the gnome. And the other 12 will be, there's a little story. The gnome, his name is Nutmeg, spelled Gnutmeg. All of her gnomes. All of her gnomes have punny names. But so Nutmeg has a story, so you'll get a little piece of his story. And there'll be a couple of recipes. There'll be other little fun things. So it's kind of a fun way to just kind of count down through December. It's not specifically Christmas themed. So if you are not a Christmas, you don't celebrate Christmas, you don't have to. It's not a Christmas. She calls it an adventure because it's December 1st through the 24th. But it's not specifically Christmas themed. It's just kind of wintry themed. So I thought this is going to be a fun little knit-along. I'm doing it.
She's so excited.
I'm so excited to make the gnome.
I can't wait to see
This is going to be the one I've decided. I'm going to do very traditional Christmassy colors because I do celebrate Christmas. So I'm excited. So if you would like to join us, we have these kits. Again, these are going to go live on Wednesday when our website relaunches. They'll be available in Shoppe.
And we have 5 of each, right?
And we have 5 of each.
I could get more.
But she does give you, if you want to go into your stash, because it's just 20 grams each of 4 different colors. She gives you in the info sheet, she gives you great suggestions on here's how to pick colors. If you don't want to go and get a specific kit, you just want to pick out 4 different colors. She walks you through exactly how to pick colors for this project.
Idea. Yeah.
So if you want to knit a gnome with me, so again, it kicks off December 1st. So I'm excited.
What a great idea.
I know. It'll be so much fun.
It's hard to believe we're doing these kinds of things and gearing up for the holidays.
November.
I know, it's November.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Time is doing weird things this year.
I know. So that is really all that we have to show you today for our first one. We were so excited. We've got a picture of what our table looks like. We'll post it. I know, it's just crazy looking right now. But well, gosh, thank you for joining us today. We're so excited to start this new adventure of we're going to hopefully do them about once a month
is what we're going to shoot for.
Yeah, so that we have enough content to show you. But don't forget, we're still doing our Inspire Me Fridays. And next Friday, or this Friday, actually, we're going to be talking about the Pierre Shaw by Stephen West. And
so Inspire Me's are on Facebook Live, on our Facebook page at 10 a.m. We do, however, then upload them to the YouTube channel. So if you don't have Facebook, you can catch the Inspire Me's here. And so we hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, if you can give us a thumbs up. And if you can go hit that subscribe button. We're filming this on a laptop, because we discovered yesterday when we were doing our research,
less than 24
hours out, that we can't use a mobile device. Normally we film on an iPad, but we can't use a mobile device until we have 1,000 followers on our YouTube channel. Don't ask me why. I don't make these rules. So if you have not subscribed yet, if you could hit that subscribe button, if you know any other yarny friends that you think might enjoy listening to us talk, if you can suggest that they come and hit the subscribe button too, because if we can get to 1,000 followers, we can maybe have. I think it turned out okay.
I don't think the picture has looked bad on
this.
We
just would like for you to subscribe. We would love for you to subscribe and follow us. And once you subscribe, there's a little bell. If you want to touch that, that will give you notifications so that you won't miss when we upload a new video or when we go live. You'll know what's happening. So we hope that you enjoyed it. We know there's no commenting right now.
We couldn't figure out how to do that and do this too. So we're the only two in the shop right now.
So we turned the commenting off. The comments should be enabled once this actually archives and goes to our feed. So if you have questions, you can comment. But again, everything we talked about is all going to be linked in the description box. So you can find everything, all the patterns and yarn and what have you. But we're so glad you guys joined us.
And just one reminder, Dances with Wool will be closed on Tuesday.
The actual shop,
tomorrow,
the storefront will be closed.
We are changing over our POS 6 system tomorrow and hopefully making sure that all of our stuff is ready to go up on the new website, or we're working on that today, and we've worked on it this week and today and tomorrow. So we'll have that all ready for you on Wednesday as well. So don't forget, we are closed tomorrow. The brick and mortar store is closed tomorrow so that we can work on that. So thank you.
We'll be open on Wednesday at 11. We would love to see you. And other than that, we just hope that you are staying well and happy and making. Wash your hands.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Get your flu shot. I got mine today.
I had mine last week. Yeah.
So, and stay well. And we hope to see you guys again next month.
See you next week. Or next week.
We'll see you on Friday for Inspire Me.
Next
month for that. We'll see you. You know where to find us.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
All right.